Hello, my fellow Greatsword and Sword and Shield friends. This week hasn't been very kind to us, has it? Like many of you, I have taken up heavy drinking and excessive chicken consumption. Why, you ask? Well, that's all that's left for my comfort, man. That's all that I got left. I'm gonna cry a little bit. Anyway, I'm kidding, sort of, but not really. The folks at Throne and Liberty, the masterminds, the geniuses, have finally let slip how the loot system works, and guess what? It's damage-based, meaning we tanks are pretty much screwed. Let's be honest, let's keep it 100. It's not looking great for us. Just kidding. Kind of, sort of, but not really. I mean, in all honesty, I really do think a lot of people are going to switch from playing these builds because, if you're doing world bosses or, guild raids or whatever, those that do the most damage are most likely going to get the loot, and you are not going to be one of them. So it really sucks for us. However, with that said, in today's video, I'll be giving you 2 build setups that will seriously boost your chances at loot. Again, playing what we play and not having to switch to something else just to get some loot. So again, stay with me. We're going to make this work. Let's get it. All right, thank you guys very much for being here. So really quick for the build, I actually have this entire build already done on my channel. I'm going to link it in the description, for the skills to use and all your progressions, but I'll just go over it really quick of what I've done. So as you see right here, I have pretty much gone with a pure DPS onslaught just to get the maximum amount of damage. What I have done here in Go Specializations is I've taken everything that prones people, because let's be honest, when you're fighting world bosses or raid bosses, the chances of you proning them are about the same as those guys that bought, outside Lucent from other websites that are like 100,000 Lucent ever fixing their account. It's unlikely. Anyway, what I've done is I've removed it from that build, and again, I'll link in the description. I've just removed anything that prones, and I've added the skill boost that will get you, the next attack being blah, 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 more damage, etc., etc. Again, I won't go over it too much, but again, this is the build right here on my screen. The full build is actually in the description. Now, the 2 builds I'm going to give you, really, or the 2 setups, are going to be the armor. The ones that you can do. One is going to be pure blue, meaning that you can actually get this with very little Lucent. Like if you go to the auction house, majority of these, like for example, if I were to go down, are under, as you see right here, they're like 50 Lucent, 20 Lucent. Most of them are 10 Lucent. You can easily get them fully traded. I will tell you which ones to do and get you pretty much over 3,000. Again, let me repeat that, over 3,000 CP with blues to actually go in there and have a really good chance of getting this loot. So let's go over the first one. We'll start off with the blue. All right, so really quick, again, this is the YouTube video right here. You can look at it and I'll put it in the description, and here is the build. Again, this is the full build, pure blues, and I will link it for you guys of what to get and where to get it. Here are the skills. I'll just go over it really quick so you guys can see it. Here are all the skills that you can do, specializations, masteries, as well as, everything that you need rotation wise as well will be in my video for you. Now let's go over the gear, because again, this is the most important part, is why we get these. Again, with blues, as you see, you can go over 3,000 with this, and I'll give you a T1, which is the T1, meaning that this is like the purple gear that you can get. A lot of it you can actually loot from the bosses themselves, or you can use those coins to buy. Anyway, we're gonna move on for the first one, which is the sword. The Relentless Cleaver, again, super easy to get, and you really want this one over the others because you initially get that additional crit hit 140 on it, as well as 6 strength, and you can trade the hit, heavy attack chance, and crit chance with it. To be honest with you, if you get this sword, to actually trade it and complete all 3 of them, you can do it under 100 Lucent. You can finish all your traits on it for under 100 Lucent. I've personally done it, so you can as well. The second one that I go for it is the Sword of Striking. The reason that I again go for it is because you get the additional strength, and it is just the easiest one to get. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. I have gone over all the armor, and I went with the ones that are going to give us the most for your buck. So for the helmet, this is the best blue helmet that you can get for us. The reason for that is, again, you get a really big critical hit with it. On top of that, you can get cooldown speed as well as melee endurance. Because remember, endurance is going to help you in the end with some damage as well as max health. Very important. This is the best helmet that is blue that you can get for yourself. Going with the cloak. The Deadeye's cloak, in my opinion, is the best one as well. They're actually very cheap on the auction house if you can't loot one. There you get the 85 hit and 95 critical hit as well. Max mana, all that stuff is really good. Going with the chest piece, I went with the Ruthless Enforcer chest piece because, again, you get a dexterity and you get that crit hit of 100% or 100 points, I should say. And you also get max mana because, with more mana, you're going to be able to do more damage. Keep that in mind. So as we kind of go down, you kind of see this. I went with that one. I went with the Gloomguard Gauntlets. Again, in my opinion, this is still the best one. You get that critical hit and strength. And on top of that, you get attack speed, which is amazing. It makes you, some of your skills that is a castable, makes it, go a little bit faster. I went with the Dustblight Trousers. Again, the reason for that is the dexterity and critical hit. And then I went with the Ruthless Enforcers. Again, for the same reason, just because you get the critical hit and the max health on this one. For the jewelry, I went with these 5 right here, and again, you can kind of see what they give you. I always, win with attack speed, cooldown speed, and attack being in mind. This is going to be purely for damage. And again, I will link this. I will link this for you guys in the description for the blue one. For the food, I just chose this one for the boss hit. Honestly, you can just use anything that gives you a power up. Here are how I went with the distribution of your points, your attributes. What you really want here is you want to get at least 40 strength and 30 dexterity. I believe in 30 perception because of the hit. And if you can get more, get more. If not, don't worry about it. So this is, again, your blue setup. I really do think it's amazing. This will actually benefit you guys a lot. As you see right here, loosen value. I don't actually agree with all of these, but you definitely can go over it. And as you see right here, I think these are just a little more than I actually think they are. You can get this for a lot cheaper. Now, let's go over the tier 1 or the T1 purple items, and I'll go over them here in a second why I chose one. I actually believe if you can get it in purple, you will have the advantage of actually winning this more than anybody else. So here is the purple one that I win with, and this is, again, this is what I actually have myself, and I'll tell you why I win with what. So going with the sword, I could only get my hands on the Duke Magnus Fury Warblade. I bought it with the, with the chests and the items. It's super easy to get these now because you can just get 3 of them, combine them, boom, or 2 of them, those little coins, combine them, and you can actually buy this. I win with the Karnix Netherblade, and as you see right here, I, go hit heavy, heavy attack chance and critical hit, as well as HP, heavy attack, and critical hit. I think these are the most important. This is why I went with them. Helmet. This one took me forever to go over because I was trying to find something that will give me the most damage. I actually went with the Divine Justicator Mask because it just gives you a ton of critical hit. On top of that, you also get that cooldown speed and the endurances, because in the end, that's going to help you. Now, here's when things get a little interesting. The Supreme Devotion, in my opinion, is the best DPS one. It gives you tons of really cool stuff. On top of that, the cooldown speed and the critical hit is fantastic. And this is super easy to get. It's actually a dungeon drop. If you don't get it, you can just literally make it with the chest. Just do some random dungeons and you can actually buy this yourself. Now, here's where things get interesting. Like I said, I went with the 2-piece Field General set for the melee heavy attack chance 150. And I also went with the Shadow Harvester set, or that set. I actually went with a 2-piece on this as well for the critical damage 14%. With these 2 sets combined, you're going to be doing some serious freaking damage, guys. Serious damage. And here's the best part. you can actually loot most of these. These are not that hard to get. They're not that expensive. You can actually get these in, the dungeons and or world bosses. Now, going for the jewelry, I went with the Class of the Conqueror. Again, mostly for the damage. Bracers the Primal King, and then here are the others that I went. Again, with food, don't worry about it. With the food, it was just more for, whatever I had available. Again, prioritizing 50 and 50 in strength and dexterity. I went 30 perception just because I really do think that it matters. If you miss, it sucks. And I had some extra points, and I really like to have more mana in DPS because I'm in there swinging, man. Skills wise, I kept them the same. I do believe that this is right here. I believe this setup right here is the best setup for damage with a shield user and a greatsword. So I promise you guys, give this a try before you change your builds to something else. Let me actually go up one. There we go. And this is, let me just save it. Again, I will put both of these in the comments or in the description. I'll plug it. You guys are welcome to try it out. At least try the blue one. I promise you, you're going to see that you're going to do a lot of damage. I was doing 20k hits on my blue set. So again, you can as well. Before you switch off from playing sword and shield, this might actually help you, more. All right. So again, that is the video. I just want to show you guys really quick the best way that I would do this if you do decide that you want to try this. Just really quick, I just want to show you guys something. So if you go, for example, that greatsword, right? And if you look, because again, there's no reason for you to get the purple ones because every blue is going to actually give you a full trait already, to complete it. So again, really quick, as if we like, for example, if we go search criteria, if we go rare, and then if we do find trait, and again, I'm just going to show you one just for an example on how I would do this. So what we really want here is, let's say we're going to go for crit, right? So we want crit chance, out of the 3 that I showed you. And if you hit apply and you just go, it doesn't really matter. Great sword. Do you see right here how much they cost? This is nothing. You can literally buy all of these. You can buy 3 of them, and that will get you to full traded sword for that crit hit. This is how I would do it. And go in there and just finish all your traits and all of your blues, and before you even move into purples. This is really going to help you in the end. I really do think we need to start thinking of being more offensive than defensive, especially for dungeons, especially for guild raids, world bosses. Definitely, like I've been doing world bosses since the early access, and I have not looted one thing. And now I know why, because I'm in there, holding him. I'm in there, like, grabbing his attention, while that fucker in the back is just hitting him with his spells, the little Harry Potter wannabe, and they're always winning. And I was always wondering why. Well, now we know why. So again, this is what I would do. Again, make sure you have your food. For your guardian, definitely get this guy right here, the Shade Revenant. Put him in there. He's going to help you with some damage. I've gone, because like normally, with my, once I set up and I use my guillotine blade, I've hit 22k with this. With my guardian, I'm hitting 26. I think I actually hit a 30k, but I did not record it, so I'm not going to say that I did until I actually show you some proof of it. But I have hit in some of my videos for 22 to 26, 27k. But I think with this guy, once you get that, get all those sets the way you need them, you're going to be hitting for a lot harder than that. And I really do, like I said, I really do think that this is the only way that you guys should do this going forward, just to help you get that loot as you go. And again, you can continue playing the Sword of Shield and the tank build in PvP because it is so strong. But unfortunately, this is what you have to do now if you want to compete for loot. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I know you're disappointed just like I am, but it's going to be okay. We're going to go through this. We're all in this together, folks. So see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves and have a great Thursday.